welcome to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific film. So the specific film I'm reviewing today is called Called Birdy. Maybe I should do that with a British accent. This comedy dramedy was released in theaters just a few weeks ago, but is now available to stream online. I think this movie flew under the radar for a lot of people, and so that's why I wanted to bring it to your attention. The movie is rated PG-13 and is an hour and 48 minutes. And the movie review mom grade I'm giving it is an A-. I thought it was actually really good. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, and interesting lines, funny lines, and recommendations for other films that I think you'll also like if you like this one. Or maybe I should say, if you like these other films, I think you'll like this one. Goes both ways. All right, so ready? In a nutshell, this irreverent medieval romp was written and directed by Lena Dunham and based on the book by Karen Cushman. The story is about a 14-year-old girl living in medieval England, and it looks at how she navigates life and avoids potential suitors that her father has in mind for her. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's the summary that the studio gives. So first, let me share some of the things that I really liked about this movie. Bella Ramsey is the star and does an excellent job in this medieval coming-of-age tale, and seems like what Lena Dunham might have actually been like as a teenager. It's surprising that this is Bella's very first role in a feature film. She's a natural, and I can't wait to see what else she can do. Leslie Sharp plays an adorable nanny, and Andrew Scott gives a powerful performance that impressed me with his depth. We see him often in comedies. Now, this movie is a comedy, and he is funny in it, but there are many moments where he just made me go, wow, that was impressive. Not in a comedic way, but like, wow, this guy can really act. So I really enjoyed his performance. The set designs are fantastic and completely believable. Russell Brand gives a very short cameo performance, and it's hilarious just because he is. And so, by the way, have you seen him in any of his YouTube videos? He has a YouTube channel where he rants excitedly about politics in a very entertaining fashion, and one that also makes you go, oh, yeah, check that out. The diverse cast is great and also includes Billy Piper, Joe Alwyn, Sophie Okonedo, Paul Kaye, Dean Charles Chapman, Archie Renault, and Michael Wolfett. There's a lot of cheeky humor that will make you laugh out loud, as well as snicker on the inside. There's a delightful, youthful energy while simultaneously painting an old-fashioned sensibility of the Middle Ages. There's a very fun soundtrack, and overall I just really enjoyed it. Now, with all of that praise, there were a few things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better. For example, in the very last scene, Bella Ramsey breaks the fourth wall, which is both funny and unexpected, and incongruent really with the style of the entire movie. I haven't decided yet if I like that choice. I really like that technique of having a character break the fourth wall, but in this movie, it just seemed kind of random at the very end. So in case you don't know what the fourth wall is, it's a filmmaking device that allows the actor on the screen to delete or get rid of that invisible wall and talk to the audience like a real person. And like I said, I like that technique. Normally, I really like it in movies, but this was the only time it was done in the movie. And I was like, okay, whatever. It just seemed odd to me. Not a big thing at all, is it? There is a lot of talk about a girl's monthly period, and we see blood, and just a lot of time is spent on that. And I was like, oh, okay. I was wondering with Lena Dunham at the helm of this production if there was going to be a lot of improper comments, crude comments, that kind of stuff. And so there were moments where I was feeling a little awkward and nervous about it. Let me give you some other tips for parents. First of all, there's talk of how babies are made along with that menstruation. We actually see some blood on some pieces of fabric, and as she tries to hide it. And so that's kind of gross. We have to read some text on the screen. So if you have young kids, they won't be able to read what's happening. So you might have to explain to your kids also what things were like back in medieval Europe, because things were very different. Some of the themes that are illustrated well are gender norms, tradition, marriage, miscarriage, what's fair and what's not fair in life. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about, both as tips for parents and as something that I didn't like, is they're kind of mocking family. And I don't think that that's good for any society to do that. Now, is our society perfect? Absolutely not. And these topics are definitely worth talking about. But I'm just commenting on how it's an observation that I've seen that the patriarchy seems to be a big theme in a lot of movies. And I think that kids, especially young kids, need to understand that there are authority figures, that there is something called respect, another thing called duty. And we don't see movies about that. It's all about getting rid of your responsibilities and your duty and, not being told what to do and that kind of stuff. But there's a proper balance. And so anyway, have some conversations with your family if you choose to watch this with them. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines, and I have them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. So you can run over there and check those out. I'll share a few of them with you right now. So Leslie Sharp plays the nanny, and the main character, this young woman, is just constantly complaining about her life and all the stuff that she has to do. And so as she's complaining, Morwenna, who's played by Leslie Sharp, the nanny, says, "You are the most wealthy captive I know." And I thought, that's a good point. And then Catherine, who's played by Bella Ramsey, says, "My truest passions are avoiding my chores." Well, that sounds about right for a teenager, right? She's a very dramatic teenage girl. And honestly, what teenage girl isn't overly dramatic? She says, "I'm dying. It's plain to see." And that just made me laugh. A lot of the lines that she says makes me laugh because they're just ironic and funny and ridiculous. And then another line that she says is, "I'm ever so confused about what God is getting at here," as she's trying again to figure out God, her life, her role in life, happiness, all of that kind of stuff. And then for the most part, I think the movie sticks to medieval tropes. However, every now and then you hear these words that are absolutely modern day. For example, again, Catherine says, "The saints were just dinguses." All right, so I want to give you some recommendations for some other movies that I instantly thought of as I was watching this. The first one is called Lady Bird. Now, we have another young woman who's trying to figure out life and her place in the world, and it's a fantastic performance. It also got some Oscar buzz, and so anyway, check that one out. And then another one where we've got a younger girl who is breaking some of the norms of her society is Enola Holmes with the fabulous Bobby Millie Brown. Now, this was the very first one. We've got a second one hitting the screens here very, very soon, and I'll be doing a movie review of that one. But it's really cute. It's about Sherlock Holmes, and she is the sister of Sherlock Holmes, but she breaks the fourth wall and the entire time of the movie. And it's just cute and adorable and fun to hear her perspectives and insights. All right, that's it for my review. I hope that if you watch this, that you enjoy it and take it for what it is. It's meant to be kind of a sarcastic look and perspective at our society today. And anyway, I think that you're going to get a kick out of it. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.